Part of, I think, effective palliative care is helping the patient and family come to terms with their prognosis and their diagnosis. Now, again, social workers, psychologists can often help with that, but that works well only as long as patients rationally are willing to accept this sort of thing. And a lot of people rationally aren't willing to accept the fact that they're going to die. And that, to me, that's inherently the limitation of the modern medical approach. And so some of the most crucial issues actually will never come up, or they'll deny them, or people won't raise them. And so you get a gap between what the patient's situation is really like and how they're handling it emotionally, how they're handling it spiritually, whatever. Now, if you take a person like that and say, and our art therapist goes in, and they know that the art therapist is coming, and she takes, say, a Bristol board, and she says, let's draw. And they say, well, I haven't drawn since kindergarten, and I'm not very good at it. Let's go ahead and do it anyway. And she gives them the colors. And then they say, well, what should I draw? Well, you draw whatever you want. And then she starts at one corner and suggests that the other person begin drawing the other diagonal. Doesn't tell them what to draw. Almost invariably, when these people draw, the themes of what's bothering them will come up. And as she asks them to talk about what they're drawing, then they'll begin to raise the issues of anger or fear or loss or whatever. And sometimes through this sort of intervention, in those cases which don't respond to very professional, but what I would call cognitive sort of approach, these people can sometimes process the loss of their disease. So that's one example. And it's not something that we do standardly, and it's done very, very selectively. But the change is absolutely phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal, and we've had many, many cases where we've been completely stuck. We've had our art therapists go in, and that's been the breakthrough. The person suddenly is willing to talk about their disease and what it means to them. And so the communication barriers between them and themselves break down. They're willing to talk to the family. They're willing to talk to what might be or might be hopes, wishes, expectations. They may cry. They sort of all the difficult emotions which have been building up and haven't had an opportunity to come out may come out.
Hospice art therapist uses art materials and art experiences to help people move through challenging times. Whether it's paint, clay, even movement at times, or music. We also have percussion instruments that we use as well, but primarily helping people use these materials as a way to create meaning out of their experience and to help them through a challenging time. We, as the art therapists at Ohio Health Hospice, offer a variety of things to patients and families. We offer a variety of art materials in which they can express feelings, in which they can learn for their own coping style to release anxiety, begin to relax a little bit wherever they're at in the disease process. Legacy pieces for their families. We work with lots of photography and doing commemorative pieces in that way. And for the families, we support them. We support them for 13 months in bereavement, so we have an opportunity to follow individuals. We also offer grief groups for children. For teens, we include some of the art in with teens. And then we also have an adult grief support group as well, expressing loss through the arts. So we offer sort of from beginning through the whole process, continuing on that continuum of bereavement. I work primarily in bereavement services with children after the death of a loved one has occurred. So that might be a hospice family member, or we also have community grief. So the program that we offer, the Stepping Stones Children's Bereavement Program, services the whole community. When we are working with the children, we encourage them to really think about the person who died and choose textures and colors and design that reminds them of the person who died. It's really nice to see everyone very much personalizing and talking about ways that they could fill their own heart and take care of themselves when they're feeling sad about the person they missed. Each grieving person is a little bit different in how they're going to take those steps to move forward. I think one of the ways in terms of bereavement art therapy is it's very process oriented, and so having an opportunity for each person to explore what that is like for them. So a lot of the things that we will do together will be about exploring emotions, expressing those emotions. What are some comfortable ways that we can begin to express uncomfortable emotions through the artwork? The other important thing is to help people create places of safety and comfort for themselves. That's, I think, one of the ways that the art and the art process that I take them through can help them as they're moving through their grief.